Good day everybody, hello and hope you're doing well. This video is going to be about like a quick little guide to Sick Beast of a Player, which is a Carinas challenge that I've done a little while ago, but I thought I'd kind of like return back to this and make a little video as to like the best kind of ways of doing this. So the particular Carinas challenge is that complete Act 6, Chapter 3, Quest 3 with only a 5-star and / or a 6-star Doc Ock in your team roster, okay? And this one can actually be unlocked by doing a different one. Now, I'm doing things in a bit of a different way, and that is just like based on just the way that I want to grind out stuff. So it's kind of like it says here, like defeat Green Goblin in Abyss of Legends with only a Champions tag, the Sinister Six, Spider-Verse, Heroes or Symbiotes in your team. So you can do that, which gives you the Doc Ock and awakens it. That can be a process that you can go and do at your own leisure. Because I had Doc Ock as a 5-star, I decided to kind of go straight into it, and that is just because I kind of felt like I wanted to do that. Acquisition wise, you can go down a different route. You can either spin out crystals or pop them open. You choose how you want to open up your crystals. Dual class, 5-star, or 5-star ones in order to kind of get yourself that Doc Ock. But there is other options, like you can go to like Incursions, do a little bit of Incursions grinding in order to kind of get from there some of the crystals if the champion is in there, okay? The next thing is that you can either choose arenas or kind of look for arenas coming in the future, and that's always very good for acquisition of certain types of Carinas challenge based champions that you might need in order to take on stuff. You can look to defeat some of the other Carinas challenges as well. So under some of them, there are some of the there's a lot more of a chance element to kind of the 6-star Cosmic Tech Jewel Crystal, but still, you know, there's many ways to try and see if you can get yourself a Doc Ock without having to go down the route of Abyss. Now, for me personally, I'm deciding what is my next kind of venture, and I might do Abyss in order to kind of do some of the other challenges, but I kind of felt those Act 6 ones were more easier to grind, and as well because I had the Doc Ock as well. Now, a lot of what I'm doing with these Carinas challenges, I am bringing up a lot of them to 565, and this is just, it depends on stuff. If I've got mastery set up that is very much less on the offensive side of things, less suicide masteries, I will tend to either use boost or make the champion up to 565, which isn't too much of an issue because that's my focus point. 6 stars are where I'm going, but I feel Paragon or getting to Paragon is kind of like my main goal at the moment. So I'm kind of figuring out that I'm going like, right, well, if I need to do rank ups, I'm ranking up to now I'm going back to 5 stars specifically to take on the content and making it a bit more easier, so therefore it's not trying to eat so much into my unit. And when I did this I don't think I spent anything in the way of resource in order to do this. Now, I am recording this after a very rough run in my 6.3.1 Carinas challenge, which is something that I've explained in another video about janky hotel Wi-Fi and the state of the game with inputs. But this one was actually a clean one. It was actually my most enjoyable one so far. So yes, put on boosts if you need to put on boosts. Best path now. Now the path I chose to grind down and I put boost on for this was Combo Party. I just felt that the route as well had a lot of kind of easier champions to throw in the SP1, but I do stress that there are some champions to watch out for that make it a little bit scuffier. Making a decision about some of the best champions to go up against is important. Like the two here, which is Electro and Bishop, probably gave me the most problems, especially because of the unavoidable damage from Electro and as well the pain in the ass that you get from Bishop. On the other route, I definitely wouldn't have gone down in anything with Ebony Moore, and definitely with some of the other champions like Morningstar with unavoidable bleed damage which will come my way, not to mention having double Ebony Moore, or having another Ebony Moore opportunity on that one. Kind of felt like I was either going to go on a route of the techish route here with Armored Assault, but I kind of felt for ease and making things just as easy as possible, hey, I'm just going to go down the route of Combo Party on the top route, and it was fine. Like the best part of things was just like using a few revives when it came to like these two last champions, Electro and Bishop, but with compensation that came around that kind of time, it made it more doable. Going against Havoc as well was fine, because the way that Doc Ock, if you get your rotations right, you can look to get yourself an armor up buff, and that will mean with some of the technical elements with Doc Ock, it just means that this is much more doable and isn't much more of a frustration that you might think. And as I said, this is the one that I had the most fun with. Doc Ock is actually a great champion choice, and I'm glad that Kabam made this specifically about that. Mainly because with Cornered and a way that you have a power lock debuff that goes onto the onto the defender, it means that this is great. It's a great champion choice. As I said, I'm glad that Kabam did something fun and kind of said, like, okay, well, it's one champion you get, it's a one-shot saloon, but at least you got a bit of fun with this at the same time. So I do rate that, and it was very, very enjoyable. The biology rotation is the best way to go, as when landing hits or when being struck, the scaling effect is Fury granting up to X amount of attack. But when he has a breakthrough, he's able to apply an armor up, granting 2,100 armor for 5 seconds. Now, I sadly don't have any footage to kind of showcase for this, but just to kind of say in a nutshell, you have to have an armor up buff in order to avoid the plasma detonation that would happen for going up against Havoc. As soon as he does that plasma detonation, man, you're just gonna you're gone. You're going to lose that. So it's kind of like important to do that, to build up to that breakthrough, because it just interacts so well with this. But I got to be honest, as soon as you've put those boosts on, if you have any boosts sparing, my top tips when it comes to getting boosts is to do the following: do loads of solo events, and then get yourself some solo crystals. If you have the opportunity, as myself, to get supreme solo crystals, there's a good chance that, and I hoard them until a good kind of like time, and as you can see, boom, just picked up a lesser health boost. But I mean, put the health boost on before you start. But when it comes to like refreshing some of them, yeah, and also getting some more, this is why I keep myself like a nice stash of crystal shards just available, so that I can, if I'm doing certain content, then I can just go boom, let's grab them, let's smash into it, and let's get this content done. And the final thing I want to say is this is also very great. Like, Carinas challenges are great with the resource you get back for them, because what you're able to do is, if you're in my position and you want to focus more on your rank 4 6-star materials, is some of these things like tier 2 alphas and tier 5 basics you get from some of these Carinas challenges, reinvest them into making some 565 5-stars to make the content like more kind of like not doable, but more easier to do. I'm not going to say it's super easy, and at the same time, I'm sure that a lot of skilled people will go like, well, I just did it with my rank 4 5-star or my rank 3. And good for you if that's the case. But if you want to make it more easier for yourself, and say you want to have like less hassle, say that, you know, you're not kind of like super skilled, but you want to kind of at least smash through the content, then just simply use some of the materials that you get from some of these Carinas challenges, whether it's tier 5 basics, whether or not it's tier 2 alphas, and just like, yeah, just put them, invest them back into the content. I think one of my next things will be to kind of like decide whether or not I'm doing Revolution or Come Out to Play. I kind of think Come Out to Play might be my next venture, but I need to figure out like what it's going to cost me in that kind of grind and through, and will it be fun, which champions I might need to bring up in order to take on that stuff. So lots of variables, but you know, you'll see that in the next Carinas challenge top tip video. As I said, all those main things: get your boosts on, make sure you got your champion up to 565 just for a bit of ease and fun, and yeah, just have a blast wherever you can. Maybe change your mastery setup if you feel like you want to, but it's up to you. I actually did mastery wise, if you're interested, I did a normal mastery setup. This comes from my Heroes and Foes grind, which was a very kind of offensive driven mastery, and that was just kind of increased damage. But you do you at the end of the day, how you feel comfortable. As I said, I did a very kind of like leveled out kind of mastery to take on the sick beast of a player Carinas challenge. But as I said, you do you. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully it helps some people out. Make sure to check out some other content, which will be boom on screen right now, and I will see you in the next video whenever that will be. Cheers everybody, have a good one. Bye bye.